Good morning and welcome from For My Children. We're in March already. Time is going by so fast. This is March 7th. Welcome, and we're going to be reading Ruth chapter 3. And if you've seen the other ones, you know that we've already done 1 and 2. And Boaz has been blessing Naomi with water, with food, with extra wheat, and he's been taking care of her in so many different ways. And now we're going to see some more things that are going to happen here in this story. It's very interesting what's going to happen. So I'm just going to read and kind of tell you as we're going. Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said unto her, My daughter, shall not I rest for thee, that it may be well with thee? What she's saying is, honey, you need to get married. Because if a man in that day would take over your responsibilities, he would be the job owner. You would now take care of the house and the family. And so she's saying, honey, you need to rest. You need to have a family. You need to be at peace. You need to not be doing all this hard labor. That's for the men to do. And you need to do the women's duties. So she's saying, I want you to get married. So it is now not Boaz, our next kindred, and whose maiden thou was? Behold, he went with barley tonight at the threshing floor. So now all the barley has gone on. All the harvesting has been gone. We're at the end. Now what they do when they thresh the floor with the barley is they go in and they look for the wind. In the morning, if they go and they blow it, the wind is too hard. So they push up the wind with a fork, the wheat with a fork, and the wind comes through and it throws the chaff and the wheat off onto another place. Well, that's too much wind. And then in the afternoon, if they throw it up, it just comes back down. It's kind of dry and no wind at all. No, we get our ocean breezes and our different breezes that come at different times. Well, then in the evening, the breeze is just right. So they would throw up the barley and or the wheat, and the wind would come through and the chaff would blow away and the wheat would fall, so that then they could gather it so that they could take it and sell it. So that's what's going on at this barley place. And now it's the last time, and we have harvest parties after we're done with our harvest. We have harvest parties finishing everything up. So we know that what they're doing is having a harvest party, and we're going to see that in a minute. Now go wash yourself and anoint thee, and put on raiment, and get thee down to the floor. But make not thyself known unto this man until he shall have done eating and drinking. So he's not saying get all dressed up. She'd been working. It was the last day of working. And so she's saying, go wash yourself, take a bath, get cleaned up, and put on a clean garment. And then I want you to go down to where Boaz is at this threshing floor. We got a problem. No women are allowed on this threshing floor. So we got a problem. So Naomi's going to give her something to do. That's kind of a strange little thing that she's going to do. But it's a custom of the Jewish people that I've never heard of them talking about it. But then I'm not Jewish. So, but we know that this is something that Jewish people knew because Naomi knew it, and also Boaz knew it. So here we go. So when he's going to be eating and drinking, and now we know that he eats, we know that he drinks, and we know that it's real because listen to what she says. Now, it shall be when he lieth down, and thou shalt mark the place where he lieth, and go in and uncover his feet and lay down, and he will tell you where to go. So when he's done eating and drinking, you're going to go find him after he's like so tired, and after he's had enough to be a little bit happy, he's going to fall asleep. Then you're going to be able to go in there and lay down at his feet. So she's going to pick up the covers and lay down at his feet. Interesting. And she said unto her, Ruth said, I will do all that you say. So she's going to go do that. Then she went down to the floor. So she went and took her bath, got cleaned up, got dressed up, got in her dress or her outfit. And she did according to all that her mother-in-law had told her. And so when Boaz had eaten, drunk, his heart was merry. So he's having a good time. He's a little bit happy. Okay. He went to lie down at the end of the corn heap. So he did. He went to lie down. He went to take a nap and wake until the next day. And then she came softly and uncovered his feet and lay down. So she lay down, and she probably was nervous. She probably didn't fall asleep, and he might be stretching and kicking her and all kinds of stuff. But when it came to pass at midnight, when the man was afraid, why? Because he did. He kicked her. Something happened. He moved and he kicked her. He saw her. And behold, a woman lay at his feet. Wow, how did she get here? See, he didn't even notice her come in. And he said, Who art thou? And she said, I am Ruth, thy handmaid. Spread thy skirt over me, over your handmaid, for thou art a near kinsman. In other words, you're my redeemer. You're the one who's supposed to take care of me. You're the one who's supposed to marry me and take care of me and my family. And so he knew what it meant. And he said, Blessed be thou of the Lord, my daughter. He'd been waiting for somebody in his life. He was an older man, from what they say. He was an older man. And so he'd been waiting for somebody that he could marry. But he hadn't found that person he wanted to be with. But he loved this woman's character. He loved that she did for her mother-in-law and did as her mother-in-law said. And he knew she wouldn't know this custom. So, for thou hast shown more kindness in the latter end than in the beginning, inasmuch as thou followest not a young man, whether rich or poor. Now he was rich, but he was older. And who knows what he looked like. It didn't really matter. What mattered is that he would take care of her. So that was the important news. Now, my daughter, fear not. I will do all that you requireth. I will marry you. For all the city of my people does know you are a virtuous woman. So I will take care of you. I will be your redeemer, just like our Lord is our redeemer. Now, it is true that I am thy near kinsman. Howbeit there is a kinsman that is nearer than I. There's one more that's closer than me, and I have to go to him. I have to do what's right, or else what good would it be? So tarry this night, and it shall be in the morning that if he will perform unto thee the part of the kinsman, well, then let him do the kinsman part. But if he will not do the part of the kinsman to thee, then I will do the part of the kinsman unto thee. And as the Lord liveth, now you lie down into mourning. I'm going to take care of you. They were virtuous. They didn't do anything in this place where they were sleeping. But he wants to bless her, and he's going to take care of it. And he says, I'll take care of you. I'll make sure that what you're asking will happen. One way or the other, whether it's me or if it's somebody else. But I would be blessed if it would be you. He wants it to be. And like any good story, there is always a little twist in the story. So this other kinsman is that little twist. And he has the option to say yes and steal this woman away from him. So she lay at his feet until morning. She rose up before they could know one another. So dusk, early in the morning. And he said, let it be known that a woman came unto the floor. Don't let it be known. Because why? Because women are not supposed to be on the floor. This is man's job, and that's what they need to be doing. And also he said, bring the veil that thou hast upon thee. She had a coat, and the coat would be like with a hood, and then it would have arms on it, and so it wasn't like just a coat that held you close, but it was like a cover, like more like a blanket kind of a thing that would go around you. And so he said, bring that veil that thou hast hold upon, and hold it. And when she held it, he measured 6 measures. So she held it like a bucket. 6 measures of barley, and laid it on her, and she went to the city. This is his promise to her, a promise that I'm going to take you, I'm going to take care of you, I'm going to make sure one of us will take care of you and marry you just as you asked. You have not because you ask not, the Bible says. And when she came to her mother-in-law, she said, Who art thou, my daughter-in-law? And she told her all that the man had done. So she told her everything that this man had done. So Naomi was wondering, who are you? Are you now Miss Boaz? See, they go by the first name overseas. Are you Miss Boaz? Well, so now she's going to explain, well, not exactly, but I do have a promise. And Naomi knew she had a promise because of all the wheat that came home, all the barley that came home with her. That was a gift, an engagement gift, if you will. Okay. And she said, "These 6 measures of barley he gave to me, and he said to me, go not empty unto your mother-in-law." In other words, let your mother-in-law know that I am here and I am going to help. I'm going to make sure. Then she said, "Sit still, my daughter-in-law, till thou knowest how the matter will fall. For the man will not rest until he finish this thing in the morning." She knew that Boaz was going to be on a mission to take care of this, and that it would be done, and it would be done quickly, because she needed to get it done. She needed to move on with it. Okay, we're going to close here. I want to thank you. It's a short one, and I will do again probably in just a few minutes. I'm going to do chapter 4. So blessings to you from For My Children. May all your dreams come true. Walk with the Lord, and He'll walk with you. Have a blessed day.